A long time ago, on a comics page far, far away. Greetings and welcome to May the Panel Be With You, the Star Wars comic book show brought to you by the Punch Up Entertainment Network. I am your humble host, Mike Gargoni, and joining me, as always, the Raoul to my Bob, it's John Campbell.
Oh boy, everybody. Here we are, issue 100.
100 issues of this fucking comic book.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it. It's like, because as we've talked about this comic, it's also, it feels like we've been through a lot, because
We've been through a lot.
with the different creative teams and stuff like this comic has been through a lot of eras over 100 issues.
Yeah, that's the thing. But part of this project is not only like a celebration of our love of Star Wars, right? Our love of Star Wars as a comic book property. Our continuing evolution of our love of comic books in general. Because obviously you and I, old hands at the old comic book podcast sphere.
Yeah, we've talked about a comic book or two.
One or two. But also like tracking the trajectory and history of one of the big two through the lens of these Star Wars comics. And 1985, of course, year of the Ewok, but also this is a turning point era in Marvel as well. And the fact that we started with a book back in 1977 when partially this book maybe helped save the company from ruin. And now we're here.
Yep. And it is, I will say, this is a book, now we're in the era where, and regardless of if it's succeeding or not, because we've liked some of it, but we are definitely in an era where they are like, hey, why does this book exist? Like what do we do? Because they're just like, there's no more movies, there's no movement on any movies, so they are just sort of going like, we got to tell more Star Wars stories, but is this okay?
Yeah. We are covering issue number 100. This is a double-sized issue released in October of 1985. We got writing from Joe Duffy, letters by Rick Parker, inks by Art Nichols and Sam De La Rosa. Not necessarily a good sign when you have two inkers. Colors by Petra Scotesi. Pencils by Cynthia Martin. And we've got our same editing team with Ann Nesenti as our editor and Big Jim Shoots as our editor-in-chief.
Jimmy Shoots. He's on the floor. This one, there's some distinct moments in this one for me.
There's some distinct moments, but some of that comes from the fact, and we talked about this before, it's going to get a little strange because issue 101 takes place before this one, and so Not that it's super relevant. Again, there are a couple of pages that introduce specifically the character of Bay, who whole deal gets revealed in this issue.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. All of a sudden, you're like, I was reading this going really? Because he came out of nowhere, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, don't you know? He's Han Solo's lifelong friend.
Yeah, no. Bay is the Poochie of these last few issues in a big, bad
Everyone's
way.
asking, where's Bay?
Luke has a line later in this book that's even growing up on Tatooine, I heard stories of this Bay guy, and I thought he was a myth.
I know, and you're like, you did? What?
When?
This goofy ass, big lug with an eye patch who's such a silly, and as we talk about, sort of is just weirdly another Chewbacca for Han Solo.
Yeah, I'm sure Biggs Darklighter at the cantina was like, hey, Luke, you hear about this Bay guy? They say he's 10 feet tall and chugs 9 beers every morning.
I know, yeah, just it's... Do you remember the SNL, the Bill Brasky?
Yeah.
Bill Brasky! That's what this feels like, yeah. To Bay! He was the best of us.
They say Bay punched a tornado into the next county.
He slept with all our wives.
And we love him for it.
We love him. Yeah, and you're just like, oh, man. Yeah, and you just... Stop trying to make Bay happen.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Speaking of
let's
which,
talk about
let's get to the cover.
Which has Bay on it.
Yeah, Bay's here.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely trying to do a big movie-style 100th issue.
Yep. This is a cover that, like, look, if you bought a Star Wars novel in the like mid '90s, the cover here is going to be like, oh yeah, I grok the iconography here.
Yeah. This would be like, yep, that's Star Wars.
God, I just use the term grok like semi-unironically, and I realize that it's been co-opted by AI, and I hate that because it actually did have meaning before that. So I apologize for saying that out loud. But anyway,
I was just gonna run past it, but yeah,
I know, but like AI has ruined so much in our world and continues to ruin a lot of things.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's stolen certain terms from me is just the icing on the cake.
I, for one, welcome our AI overlords.
Yeah, okay. You and Roku's Basilisk can have some good times hailing our new overlords. Anyway, yeah. We got Luke, we got Han, we got Leia, we got Chewie, we got 3PO and R2, we got Bay, we got a Stormtrooper, and we got a bunch of ships shooting at each other.
I mean, technically all of those things are in this issue.
That's true. Though, I dare you to find a TIE fighter in the art in this issue.
Oh, no, of course not. Because that's not a Nagai ship.
Right. Though they are, in theory, working with the Empire, so I would have assumed that you'd seen like one or two of them.
They even have a line in here later where they're like, don't be surprised if you see some Imperial remnants amongst their army.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't spot it.
No. We have a bunch of Nagai, and we have a bunch of Utroms. Krang makes an appearance in this issue.
God, I mean, this is Star Wars, the search for new villains.
For sure. But our first villain here is going to take us by surprise, because right out the gate, we got Admiral Ackbar being like, "Gentlemen, for those who are about to die, I salute you."
It does have... Also, I don't know who to put this on. Color. I think it's color. Maybe it's some inking. The attempt to like really shadow him makes him look weird. The like splotches within, like, they've got these dark shadows and these splotches of color on him. He looks weird to me.
You can't expect consistent coloring on Admiral Ackbar, John. That's just not a thing.
No, I know. They just don't. Admiral Ackbar just makes no sense to these artists.
Yeah, I mean, I want to know how he gets his shirt on over his head, personally.
It's got a button in the back, right? It's got to go on him, and
or like a side button situation with like a zipper.
It's got to be
maybe
something like that, because he can't. There's no way he's putting that thing on in the morning. But yeah, he's just like, "You pilots, probably not going to make it."
We've had many great victories in the past, but this might not be one of them.
It is just, I mean, he is almost just going like, "Hey, if you sign up for this, you gotta know what you're in for, which is probably death."
And it's all just a freaking red herring to be like, he's talking super seriously about all of these pilots here, and all it is they're taking like a standardized piloting test.
Which I'm gonna this beginning part with the test is gonna make me so mad. But we'll get there.
This is a plot contrivance that feels really stupid later in this issue.
It makes no sense. I mean, them taking the test, whatever, but what it leads to is just like, I was reading last night just going, no, that just, no. Because it makes characters like Admiral Ackbar and Mon Mothma actively stupid.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, so he says, he says TIE fighters here. The enemy TIE fighters and battle cruisers, the radiation belts and asteroid fields you must fly through, and the fire you must evade from the energy cannons placed on the surface of the planet you were flying over. And so blah, 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 blah. And there's time and all that. And he's just like, he's basically just going like, you know how it's hard to fly a ship in battle?
Yeah. And Han's here for reasons like he's rolling his eyes at all of this, and which is our first hint that like maybe this isn't as serious as we think it is. Mm-hmm. And also Fen Shissa's here, you know, good old fashioned Mandalorian handsome Fen Shissa.
Ooh, here on Mandalore.
He doesn't have his phonetic Irish accent in this issue, which is a blessing, I think.
His Claremontian accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he's like, all right, and then and Han is. I mean, they've got him posed in Harrison Ford like, come on, this is stupid. Because he's right, it is. And so he says, now, man your flight computers. Good luck, and may the Force be with you. Because yes, this is a computer simulated, which I gotta say, I mean, that's just ridiculous to begin with. Why? How would this actually test your ability to fly a ship?
So on the next page, we've got Han Solo's thoughts here saying exactly that. Saying,
yeah,
I don't know what everyone's getting so dramatic about. It's a simple holographic piloting exam. After all, just a game, not like the real thing. Let's see now. I've never been big on written instructions, and then we see him messing with the holographic controls here until his particular station looks like an absolute insane, chaotic mess.
What in the 7 stars does Solo think he's doing?
We got Nien Nunb looking over his shoulder like, I don't even know what he's doing.
Yeah. And Han apparently, though, is succeeding in whatever he's doing because he says, all right, that takes care of the TIE fighters. Now for the radiation belt.
Well, even here on the next page, he's like, hey, Lando's asking him like, well, you passed, didn't you? And Han's like, yeah, of course I did. Come on, I'm Han Solo.
Yeah. It just, the idea that they're like, after all the battles against the Empire, they're like, Han, we need you to take a piloting test.
Yeah.
Really? You don't think he's battle tested?
After Hoth, you literally outran Darth Vader's Super Star Destroyer and like a good chunk of the Imperial fleet through some daring escapades that led you to Cloud City.
Should a general really need to take this test? You know what I mean? Like, and Luke, wait, did Luke take? Yeah, Luke is taking the test, isn't he?
We never see Luke take the test, and that actually is part of the reason it comes up later. Is like, yeah, Luke doesn't use piloting computers.
Is this not him next to Han?
I mean, yeah, I guess it might be.
I mean, it's the blonde hair in his outfit.
Yeah,
but it's just weird that they don't spotlight it as Luke. You have to like look back and go, oh, I guess that Luke was there. But yeah, anyway, also stupid that Luke would have to. He's Luke Skywalker. He blew up the Death Star. That should end all tests.
His introduction to the Rebel Alliance was, Luke, turn your targeting computer on. You can't blow up the Death Star without it. And Luke Skywalker going, nah, I'm good. And then blew up the Death Star.
If anyone, everyone listen to what Luke says. Do what Luke, But anyway, here comes Princess Leia with long, flowing hair blowing in the wind.
Yeah, this is kind of a combination of her Hoth look and her Return of the Jedi Ewok Village look.
Can we talk about how Fenn Shis is just an asshole? Because, like, Han and Leia are definitely a couple now.
But he feels the Mandalorian need to insert himself into the situation.
Yeah, and Han's like, oh, brother.
Yeah. And Han being kind of a petty bitch here is just like, well, I guess she doesn't have time for me.
And he's just like, anyway, but I'm still rad. And then he says what we said, which is basically just like, I shouldn't have to prove myself, and Luke definitely shouldn't have to prove himself. What with his superpowers?
Because of magic.
Yeah. Yeah, does this test account for magic abilities in any way?
I don't think it does.
No, I don't think so. No. So but also the thing got me about the test, back to Han's point earlier, is it's all just like a computer with buttons. And you're not even like operating a stick or anything. So I'm just going like, this is completely pointless. It's basically like battle strategy more than its actual like flight ability.
What if we used SimCity to test your ability to be the manager of a downtown metropolitan area?
Right. Yeah, you're like, I guess it's close enough. Like, is it though? Is it though? Yeah.
If you played enough Forza Horizon, you could probably be a driver, right?
I think so. But you play it with the controls, not the actual wheel that some people have.
Just with an Xbox controller.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah. That means I'm entering the new F1 competition because I'm pretty good at it on Xbox.
You know, I've played enough manager mode on Madden that I think I can coach a football team.
Out of the way. I'll take the Dallas Cowboys from here. All right. So, anyway, we'll talk about Lando's presence in this issue is strange too. And so, because Han says,
yeah,
who came up with this idea for Tess? And Lando's like, not me.
Yeah, it was Lando the whole time, which is just like,
why? That's such a non-Lando.
He says later, it's like, hey, I wanted to get a cushy job programming computers.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a very weird beat for that character.
Yeah. It makes him the joke character of the issue, basically.
And then this is some real bad writing where Luke says, Han, I didn't see your friend Bay signed up for any of the testing sessions. And Han says he's not. And then Luke goes, speaking of Bay, that's him right over there.
And there he is. This freaking Thundar the Barbarian, Captain Harlock looking guy.
I gotta say, too, trying to make this character happen is like, also, do we have to make him look as ridiculous as possible?
Why does he have his sword out in this panel?
Yeah, I know, because you can see the sheath. It's like he's holding onto it in the sheath, but you can see it's next to the sheath.
Yeah.
Very weird.
It's weird.
It feels like was there some kind of miscommunication there. But also it's this idea, this guy's walking around with pants pulled up to his knee, up above his knees, no shoes, no shirt, just a fur sash.
Fur bandolier, yeah.
So weird.
It's like a reverse Chewbacca.
Yeah, he is so weird.
Big spiky white hair, red eye patch. Yeah, he's full space barbarian.
And then I do like Han say, "Yep, no one else except a Wookiee like Chewbacca is that tall." That's a natural piece of dialogue right there.
Mm-hmm.
A Wookiee like Chewbacca.
Lando's like, "Well, why didn't he take the exam?" And it's like, "Well, because he's not a pilot."
I know. Yeah, that's also a stupid line that just feels like they just need to tell us that. Why would Lando even ask that? It's like Han should just be like, "Well, have you ever seen him fly?" What are you talking about, Lando? And then speaking of Chewbacca, here comes Chewbacca, who's, I guess, feeling left out.
Yeah.
Gronk.
This is where we get the really forced line from Luke being like, "Yeah, Han, even when I was a kid on Tatooine, we'd heard stories about Bay. The way he traveled around, the great things he did for people. It got to so I didn't even believe he was a real person. I was pretty surprised to find even you had met him."
This is so dumb. And it's the worst kind of like, oh yeah, everybody knows that guy. He's the coolest new character. Oh my God.
Yeah. He's got, like I said, big Poochie energy. They're trying to make him happen. They're trying to give him this dramatic, like, tension of, like, well, Han grew up with this guy, but like so many double-sized issues, they're trying to make everything happen all this issue, basically, because while he's been around for a couple of issues, there's been nothing to really endear us to the character other than Han saying, "Oh yeah, me and him go way back."
Well, and this incredibly forced, like, he's so cool. He grew up with Han Solo. Luke Skywalker is even impressed by him. Like, it's just too much. It's the classic, like, we really need to make this character happen. They're making all the classic mistakes of introducing, like, a new comic book character of, like, oh man, yeah, even Batman thinks he's cool. You know, like
that's how we get Azrael.
Exactly, that sort of thing. And it never works. It always feels forced. I feel like as readers, we can always tell when it's like, okay. Remember when Punchline debuted a couple years ago?
What if we had Harley Quinn at home?
Yeah. But I remember them being like, I remember literally at the comic book store, them going like, did you choose which variant cover you want to get for Punchline's debut? And I was just like, because they were just like, you're going to want to have that because this is going to be an unforgettable debut of a brand new character. I'm just like, yeah, I don't think so. And I think she's technically still around, but nobody cares.
Yeah. Is she bouncing around in Fractions Run?
I don't know if she's, I think she popped up a little bit in Zdarsky's run, but not,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like, you're not going to want to, this is going to be an issue to hold on to forever and tell your kids, I was there when Punchline debuted. And you're like, yeah, no.
But yeah, we get a little bit of the backstory here. Han saying we practically grew up together. He was
Luke
kind
saying,
of,
but he doesn't look Corellian because they're not all 8 foot tall, and he's just like,
white-haired
well,
Captain Harlock motherfuckers. Yeah.
his father was a Corellian, but his mother was long gone before I was born. Remember that, kids. Remember, he's got mother issues. That's going to be pretty important.
John, you are not ready for this character's mom's name. I'm just going to let you know that right now. We're going to learn it, and you're not ready.
Because they don't say it.
They don't say it in this issue, but you are not ready for what that character's name is.
Okay. And so it's just like, Han's just like, you thought I had it bad. Well, he had it even worse.
Because his dad, he also has father issues, hated him for his mom leaving, and so took it out on him.
Yeah, most people treated him like less than a person, but doodle-a-doo, doodle-a-doo, doodle-a-doo.
We know it's a flashback because it's all in purple.
Also, I like that they've just drawn Han Solo to look like Han Solo, but shrunk him. And that's Han Solo.
This is a classic comic book problem of, like, nobody knows how to draw kid faces. They're just little adult faces on small bodies.
Everyone, yeah. But just like, there's Han, yeah. And Han, of course, he's a scrapping on the streets of Corellia.
And there's some other kids there who are picking on him and making him kiss their boots, and he doesn't know how to fight because he's still just a little guy. And what's this? Oh, Bay's here and saying, hey, don't pick on my buddy Han.
Let him up. I'm Bay, which is what I imagine Bay talks like.
Little Han being like, I could have handled them. And Bay being like, oh, of course, buddy.
We talk about and so when we turn the page, little Han is jacked. Look at his arm.
Well, how much time is passing on this page alone is pretty wild. It basically covers what if Han and Bay grew up together in a single page, which is fine.
And Bay taught him how to fight. Because once again, like, this is the guy that made Han Solo a badass.
Yeah. Bay teaching him how to fight, getting a little bit of philosophy in there while he's doing it.
Yeah.
Fight with your head, Han. Use your energy, not your anger, as he tosses him over his shoulder.
Come on, Bay, why I gotta learn all this stuff? He's growing up in a flashback in a James Cagney movie.
We cut to Bay getting the blood stripe of Corellia, which is a thing. I won't bore you with it, but it's a thing.
It's a thing I know exists, but I don't know the full details of it, but I have heard it before. But I will say, I was reading this like, whoa, what? When it cut to that, I was like, okay, so I guess this is years later on the same page?
Yeah, and then years later between panels when he cut to Bay in bed, his eyes covered, and Han being like, you're gonna be okay, bud. You saved so many people.
We've talked about these gutters that have a lot of work to do, and holy God, does it happen here.
Oh, yeah.
Someday I'm gonna wear the blood stripe too. You'll see, says little Han.
Cut to Bay in bed. My eyes, I can't see.
I like that. Han says, like, well, no, it's all right. It's just gonna be your one eye.
Yeah, they got an electronic replacement for one of them. Why not both?
What you crying about? Where is any of this in the Solo movie?
I mean,
Ron Howard, you done fucked up.
Yeah, I'll take Kira over Bay any day.
Oh yeah. Because she's actually thought out in any kind of capacity.
A compelling character at the very least.
Yeah. And it's like, oh yeah, because he doesn't have a secret 8 foot tall best friend on his home planet.
A second secret 8 foot tall best friend.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Is this positing that, like, he's like, when Bay goes down, he's like, I guess I got to find another giant sidekick.
Han has a type.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta. Oh, great, you'll do, Wookiee. Anyway, doodle-a-doo, doodle-a-doo, doodle-a-doo. Back to present day.
Yeah,
a lot of sons have gone cold since then, is what Han is thinking.
That's a fine turn of phrase for fantasy space nonsense.
It's a little purpley for Han, I think. But anyway, the Zeltron boy band is back.
At least half of them, because here's Mark and Raul.
I always just want them to watch. This would be really, I guess this is fairly obscure. The Simpsons episode that has, is it In Sync? I don't, or the Baxter Boy, one of them. but every time they walk in a room, they're doing choreography. So it's just like, do, 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 do. That's what I imagine that these Zeltrons are walking in like.
I mean, a similar joke is done in, name a show with a boy band. Gravity Falls is the first one that comes to mind for me.
Yeah. But they're always just striking poses
several times.
Yeah. I like Bob's Burgers. It's Boys for Now.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, they walk up. It's us, sir, Marok and Rahul.
It's Mark. It's Marruc. It's Mark, Raul, John, and Bob, but they're all spelled weird because it's space.
Yeah, and they all have normal names, but it's just make them weird.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, this is the Zeltron boy band that like loves to ship Han and Leia. That's their whole thing.
And meanwhile, Han is just casually watching Luke practice his lightsaber moves.
I mean, what are you going to do if you're trying to brood somewhere? Go watch the Jedi.
Yeah. So he says, I don't know which one is which. Anyway, one of them says, Her Highness needs to speak to you. She and Leader Mon Mothma and Admiral Akbar are at the tracking station. They sent us and John and Bob out to find you and Commander Skywalker. And then it's like, hey, don't interrupt Luke doing his lightsaber shit.
And we see Luke, and we can tell he's progressed as a Jedi because now he's fighting 3 of those floaty remote things.
And they've got more stuff on them.
Well, yeah, because these are a combination of those floaty remotes from A New Hope and Dr. Ball.
I mean, is the threat now not only will they shoot at you, but also if they get in close, they'll stab you?
They're also the weird sphere thing from Phantasm.
Phantasm, yeah. The tall man is over in the corner going, yes. But yeah, anyway, Han goes, watch this, because most people can't even beat one remote, but Luke's going to fucking kick ass. And of course, Luke with his definitely blue lightsaber that now will become, both blades just become white.
Yes, well, Luke, by the way, now has 2 lightsabers. Holy crap.
Oh, yeah, and because we we saw that he... By the way, the casual way that they just say, like, hey, you just built another one.
Yeah. Well, this is way before we'd established what it took to build a lightsaber. I mean, even when we went through Shadows of the Empire, there's that whole, like, Luke can build a new lightsaber using, like, artificial crystals that he can just make because he found some journals that Obi-Wan wrote.
I mean, we know a lot of Jedi stuff really isn't defined until the prequels.
No. And like even the Kyber crystal thing isn't 100% like needs to happen every time, because even to this day in like Ahsoka, we see that some lightsabers are built without going on a vision quest to find a crystal.
Right. Yeah. I mean, because that would be tough.
You just can't do it every time is all.
No, there's no time.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, Luke is being he's got 2 now, and they even just the line about like, oh yeah, I see you've got 2 lightsabers, and Luke explains why he has 2 lightsabers.
Because when he was fighting Lumia, when he explains Lumia as well, she had this weapon that my lightsaber could only handle half of. So what if I just had 2 lightsabers?
One of my favorite things as well, too, is like, Han, let me fill you in. You weren't there. Let me tell you about what happened here. And so he's like, she was so good with her crazy laser whip thing that I realized, oh, wait, I just need double the lightsabers, and I will defeat her.
I mean, I see no flaws in his logic, honestly.
Well, we talked about he's actually, I don't know why more Jedi don't do this, because obviously it's something that Ahsoka is famous for. Having the long blade and the short blade is very samurai, and it's rad.
Yeah. I mean, there might be some logistical issues for, like, what if you're not an ambidextrous Jedi? It takes a lot of training.
It's true. So, but anyway, yeah. Well, they should think about it.
They're going to go see Leia and the head honchos, and they do.
Also, they leave the scene with Han going like, boy, these Nagai sure are trouble. I hope that doesn't play into the rest of this issue.
Meanwhile, the Nagai are attacking.
Yeah. Basically, yeah, where they're just like, well, it's happened. It's almost like keeping the entirety of this new galactic, whatever they're calling it, union. What are they calling
The
it?
Alliance of Free Worlds.
Yeah, I think New Republic is a little cleaner, but that's okay.
Eh.
But it's almost like keeping the entire leadership of them all in one place was a bad idea.
It's almost like keeping all their leadership on a weird, out-of-the-way moon that they just happened to conquer in the final battle with the Empire.
This was
a bad
another
idea.
thing where, once again, time in this is very. How much time has passed? Because it feels like they've stayed on Endor for a really long time.
Yeah, but even now they're like, we got to get out of here.
Yeah. Oh, now that there's imminent threat coming, we need to get out of here.
Yeah. By the way, we don't want to drag the Ewoks into another galactic war. We got to get out of here.
The Ewoks just are like, please, look, we were happy to fight with you the first time, but another one right away.
Yeah. You could.
I will say,
we let you sleep on the couch for a couple of weeks, but we've really hit a line here.
I do think it's an interesting. The guy brought up an interesting thought to me, which is, and it connects to the sequels, which I know we don't want to talk about too much, but it is sort of this idea that like it's so interesting that immediately the same thought happens here as did with Abrams and the sequels, where it's like, well, we got to get a war going again, right? Like it's like this doesn't make any sense if there's not our character's faction versus another large faction. And so basically this book just finds a way to be like, okay, they're not literally the Empire, but we're basically resetting back to some version of what the movies were doing.
I mean, look, the franchise is called Star Wars. I don't know how far away from the concept we can get.
My point is always that it is sort of that is kind of the thing. Even Lucas, when he does the prequels, needs the Trade Federation and stuff, right? Like, there's got to be these factions. And so it's all about trying to find, like, how do we get back to? And so I think it's an interesting thing throughout Star Wars stuff post the original trilogy, trying to find, and I think there have been more and less successful ways to return. I mean, because obviously one of the cool things that Zahn does with his Thrawn trilogy, right, is it's like, oh, it's a remnant. It's almost like a ghost of a thing.
Sure, but also a ghost of the thing that like is unfettered by the weird dark wizard on the throne.
Yeah, I mean, it's look, we're both big fans of Timothy Zahn, and I think he thought it out the best, maybe, of anyone so far.
Well, I mean, I think the idea of an extragalactic threat like the Nagai, or as over the top edgy as they were, the Yuuzhan Vong as well, but like this, the idea that like a faction could sweep in from outside of our known space and be a big unifying threat. I like that idea in concept.
I like the idea in concept too, except I will say the big problem we have here is they're a little too ill-defined for me. I wish they were. They're a little uniform and they're all kind of the same guy for the most part, and we don't really get enough sense of them, and it feels like they swept in immediately. Maybe that's another problem too, where it's just like the next day the Nagai were there.
Yeah, which seems based on what we read later in this issue was their plan. They were waiting for this galactic civil war.
We'll come to discover that it was just like they were just biding their time. But I just wish we knew more about them, and maybe we will find out more about them. I don't know.
We'll find out some.
They're a little ill-defined at this point. Anyway, so yeah, they're like, okay, well, so they're coming here, and their plan is we got to go have a big space battle with them.
Because we got some people incoming. They're not any of our allies. We're assuming they're the Nagai. For some reason, Admiral Ackbar has human hands. Let's not talk about it. This just bugged me, because like if you look at photos of Admiral Ackbar, he has big weird fish hands.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
That's the whole character. He's a big weird fish man.
And here he's
got distinct finger and like big human hands.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway,
it's weird. Just take a look at the action figure, kids.
But he says, okay, all of our pilots except for Luke and Han. You know, our best pilots, you're not allowed to go.
Here we go. Now I'm yelling at the comic.
Because Han Solo even rightly says, wait, hold on. Okay, everyone's got their jobs to do, but what do you want Luke and I to do while everyone else is flying around?
You know, our top two guys who are responsible for most of the success of the rebellion.
And on the next page, we get maybe the dumbest thing in this whole issue, which is them saying, oh, yeah, you two can't fly because that test you took, it says you're both crazy, so you're not allowed to go flying.
Well, it's so bad.
It's so
I can't
bad.
even. They're just like, our best guys are like, sorry, computer says.
It says, according to your test scores, both of you fly your ships in ways no sane pilot would attempt.
And then, well, when we get to the end of this, of course, they'll need that, obviously, is the whole thing, which is stupid, but it is like, yeah. But also just like, Admiral Ackbar, you were in battle with them. You've seen them do stuff. Why are you all of a sudden, it's like, well, computer says, I can't argue with the computer.
Leia is like, Admiral Mon Mothma, you know Han and Luke are our best pilots. The Alliance has.
Yeah.
Can't this be straightened out? Can't you, I don't know, turn the computer off?
And then I like that Admiral Ackbar's like, they both say like, we'll figure it out, but not right now. You know, when it's most imminently important. Like, no one's making you do this, by the way. This already, you're off to a bad start with this new government. Already, you're wrapped up in like, well, computer said, I don't know.
Yeah.
I got the piece of paper right here that says it, so I can't.
This is also where we learn that Lando was the one to institute this test.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
Because I do like, I love when we turn the page here and Luke just goes, why? What are you doing?
Well, you've seen how the Alliance has been going lately, how we've been pushed out of a lot of decision-making, and there didn't seem to be much action coming our way, so I thought a nice cushy teaching job would be,
Okay, that still doesn't explain why you programmed this computer and ran these tests, though.
It doesn't explain why a computer simulation is stopping them from deploying their best pilots at all.
Well, none of that is explained.
No.
Right? None of that is explained because it just their irrational, complete belief in the computer above all.
I mean, we get a dropped line later from Han about like, oh, I tried taking off with the Falcon just to blow off some steam and the tractor beam got me.
Yeah, like it's automated even, which is also insane because the Falcon is his ship.
Yeah.
Now they're like, sorry, that's government property. I all of a sudden don't really like this, what we're building here. I think it's time to rebel again. Yeah, I don't like any of this. This is a bad look, folks. And once again, it makes me not like Mon Mothma and Admiral Ackbar, and I don't care for that.
Yeah, so they say Admiral Ackbar and Mon Mothma are staying behind. They're going to be at the like monitoring station, running the battle. Meanwhile, Princess Leia, she's going off to a different location to help coordinate stuff. I think they're trying to coordinate an evacuation of Endor while all this is going on.
Because they talk about they got to get everybody out of there, but they got to do it safely.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's why they have all the ships defending this evacuation.
This is Hoth all over again.
And they got to, but they also talk about we got to leave a shield in place so the Ewoks are safe.
Well, it would be kind of a dick move to be like, bye Ewoks, see ya.
Yeah, we had fun. Don't worry, it is the year of the Ewoks, so don't worry, the Ewoks will play into this plot, folks.
Sure, of course.
So anyway, everybody's out of there. Chewie's pissed because he's flying the Falcon now with Nien Nunb.
Yeah, who's tiny.
So he says, "Groof."
You said it, Chewie.
And then Lando says, "Rat Chewbacca, good luck to you too." Although I think Chewie might have been saying something else to him, maybe.
We cut to Luke and Han, the two heroes of this book.
Just moping because they can't participate in the action.
So, Han, you feeling any better?
No. Why I'm moping. There's a lot of brooding Han in this. Yeah. That's not my favorite.
But it's okay, because thankfully we have a plot device on the planet of Endor, and that is the Ewoks. So Luke is being like, look, I had this Ewok. Remember Tippett? He's a named Ewok. We know that name.
He's one of the ones. You've seen his name on a toy somewhere.
Uh-huh. But he told me something weird that they couldn't describe. It's out in the woods. Want to go check it out?
Hey, Han, I think the plot's about to be about us again. And so they get on speeder bikes, but they're just red figures. It's a very weird choice.
Yeah, 80s coloring. It gets weird sometimes.
Yeah. Anyway, there's Tippett now, and he's signaling them over here.
Yeah. So they stash their bikes and they go investigating, and Han is very concerned.
Let's leave the bikes over here so we can sneak up on whatever's got the fuzzballs so nervous. Well, I'll...
Cut to space.
But we cut away. Yeah. And it's Lando... It takes a second for us to figure out what ship Lando's in.
Lando's not on a ship. Lando's down on the planet. He's coordinating stuff with
that's
with
weird.
Leia.
Well, there's a part later where Wedge will turn to what... we'll get to it. There's a part that... Because this confused me. There's a part where it seems that Wedge is talking to Lando inside of a ship.
When in fact he's just simply looking at his co-pilot while talking to Lando, who is at the monitoring station back on the planet. Okay.
This is what threw me.
Yeah, for sure. Totally understandable. Yeah. We'll get to that panel in a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I was like, wait, is he? Yes. So he's monitoring from the ground. He's now Merlin from Top Gun.
Yeah, he's the guy in the chair.
Everybody who remembers Top Gun.
I don't.
Tom Skerritt.
You don't say.
Come on. Yeah. Anyway, he was the guy. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I've seen Top Gun sometimes. So anyway, yeah. So okay. So yeah, they're talking about blah blah blah. We'll be using the new. Their big thing is we got all these new flight formations, and it's great because we never used them during the Galactic War, so they're never going to see this coming.
So even if the Nagai are allied with the Empire, they wouldn't know our battle tactics.
Right, because the Empire never saw us do this stuff.
Right. So everyone's checking in. We got the Millennium Falcon leading the charge with Nien Nunb and Chewbacca. We got Wedge. We got leading as Gold Leader in his X-Wings. We got some Y-Wings. And then we got Fen Shissa and the Mandalorians in their little cruiser fighter things.
And yes, folks, we know the Mandalorians at this point all just wear exactly Boba Fett's helmet.
That's because that's the only Mandalorian we've seen up to this point.
Right, yeah, it's not. We have yet to get into like every Mandalorian has their own look and stuff like that.
Well, and it also depends on which era you're talking about, because like as of right now, we've been told that Boba Fett is a former Mandalorian super commando, which is like a very particular thing, and maybe all the former super commandos do dress like this. That will later be retconned, but it is what it is.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Anyway, it's weird to see like several guys in Boba Fett outfits.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we get another look at the weird Nagai ships that we talked about in the last issue.
They're so squiggly.
They're really weird, and they all sort of have Star Trekky nacelles.
Some of them do, some of them don't. Some of them have like tailpipes and stuff.
They're really weird. Like clearly, and I don't blame them because clearly the mandate was like, you got to make these things look different.
Yeah.
Right? They got to look different and otherworldly.
Sure.
And so, they're trying, but they just look weird. That's why I'm saying I'm not too hard on the artists on this.
The fact that they're...
I'm sure the mandate was just make them different.
The fact that most of them don't have any lines of symmetry, like whether it be lateral or horizontal or vertical, like there's just like weird odds and ends just sticking out of sides of these things, which is what makes the Millennium Falcon unique, right? Is you got this asymmetry to where the pilot's seat is.
But it still feels designed. Like it still feels very conscious.
Yeah.
This just feels like there's a ship.
I use the term squiggly because that's what it feels like. Yeah,
it does. Yeah. And I mean, and to be fair, a lot of Cynthia Martin's art is squiggly. Like she has a more cartoony style we've talked about.
Sure.
So I mean, I'm not, but yeah, they're weird. It's hard to. It's another thing where it's hard to place them in the world of Star Wars. And I know they're supposed to be like from a different galaxy, but still, it's very hard to imagine these things as anything but a drawing.
Yeah. Anyway, back on the ground. It's the Nagai and their enormous iron Teletubbies.
Jesus, these things are so weird. What are they called?
Let's see. They are given a name here. It's the Macabrees.
The Macabrees, yeah. And so Knife is like,
hey guys,
what they don't know.
It's Knife.
Yeah, hey guys,
Knife
look,
is here.
It's Knife. It's everybody's favorite new villain, Knife. Another guy that they're really trying to make a lot of people happen right now.
At least Knife.
And they're really trying. I said they're trying to give us a new cadre of villains.
I don't think Knife is necessarily a bad example of this. Knife is definitely like, what if a guy just threw some knives and he was a bad dude?
I will say, yeah, he is one of the simplest of the ideas, right? They're not overthinking knife.
You can tell he's like one of the worst of the Nagai because his hair is the least crazy.
Yeah. And so he's saying, what they don't know is we have been onto them the whole time because we have a secret spy inside of the I'll still call them the rebels. I can
the Alliance.
Call Alliance. The Alliance. Yeah, the Alliance. Yeah, the Alliance. We have a secret spy inside. So they think they're going to fool us with their new flight plans, but really we know what they're up to the whole time.
You talk about bad writing. Like he villain-splains for this entire page about how all of this is a setup and that we're going to invade and kill everyone here. And it's like, presumably all these guys who are part of the ground team already know all this.
Yeah, he's explaining it for Han
and Luke, who are hiding in the bushes. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, that's good stuff, you guys.
So I got to describe these Maccabees, though, because like I describe them as giant iron Teletubbies, and honestly, that's not far off. They've got these enormous barrel-like torsos, these huge long arms, these like conical heads, and they look to be made all out of like silver and metal. Like, what if a Teletubby had a baby with a Dalek?
Yeah, accurate.
And they've got these big, giant, like TV screen looking things where their stomachs are supposed to be, like Krang.
Which I gotta say, when Luke figures out how to destroy them, I went, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Channeling a little bit of Krang, a little bit of Arnim Zola, which is something with a big
Zola definitely came to mind,
TV screen for a tummy. But yeah, they have landed an advanced ground team here, so while the space battle is happening, that is but a distraction while this ground team swoops in and kills all the Alliance's leadership.
Yep.
And Knife explains all of this to the people who already know.
Yeah. We've done it. And then I do like Luke saying, Mon Mothma was right, Han. Those soldiers are Nagai. Great.
Yeah.
I mean, who else would they be?
That's the least of our concerns, buddy. Their leader is one who hates me so much without having any reason I know of. Knife.
I do like the idea. It's like, don't forget, Luke, he's my new arch nemesis.
Yeah. Met him back on Kashyyyk. He was enslaving Wookiees.
Yeah. We go back a few issues.
Luke's like, hold on. I thought we took him prisoner.
Oh, yeah. Well, wait. Must be because of that spy he mentioned. I think that might have something to do with it. And it does.
So all the bad guys get on speeder bikes and start enacting their plan to kill everybody.
Yes.
But Han's like, hey, maybe our speeder bikes are a little bit faster than their weird little scooters, and so we can get back and warn people before these guys show up.
Well, yeah, because Han initially says, our first priority has to be to... Oh, but yeah. Oh, because Han says, do you think we could take them initially? And Luke's like, I don't know, maybe we should just warn everybody first. And Han's like, you're probably right.
Yeah.
But initially, Han's plan was like, I don't know. I think between my blaster skills and your magic powers, we could probably just kill all these guys.
He's not wrong.
No, they probably could take them. Especially when we figure out actually how easy the Maccabees are actually to take down.
But Luke pushes Han out of the way because there's some people left over who've got something to say about it.
A guy comes in with a sword,
which Luke deflects and then kills the hell out of him.
I mean, yeah, there's like blood coming out of that guy, which doesn't make sense, but that's okay.
Yeah. They get back to their speeders, but then some Ewoks are saying help.
One saying yarp, and the other one saying wark wark.
Which I'm pretty sure is Ewok for, oh god, we're all going to die.
Yeah, something like that. This Macabre is, I mean, talk about like 1950s sci-fi designs. The Macabre are just like...
They're 100% like Doctor Who bad guys, for sure.
Oh, yeah, very much so. There's There's an underpaid British stagehand inside of there. You'll have to wear the fucking costume again. Ah, damn it.
Damn it.
Yeah. So anyway, here we'll get to something that drives me insane in Cynthia Martin's art, which is her art is very squiggly, as we talked about, which is fine, except for when things like blasters need to get involved, which are very solid. And so look at how weird Han's gun looks.
It curves to the right.
Yeah. And this will continue with every time you see a blaster like pointed towards the audience.
What if the blaster like curved slightly to the right, like a toilet bowl? That's what it looks like.
Yeah, and it's like the barrel is this gigantic circle.
Yeah, but anyway, he shoots the hell out of this Macabre, and it goes down with a smoking hole in its chest.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Nice shooting, Han. Yep. Not too bad. Anyway. But wait a minute, it comes back to life. Wait, hold on, wait, it's in its chest, though, right?
Don't, John, just don't.
We'll also talk about the weird coloring decision to make the front, like, part of the barrel and the handle of Han's blaster red.
Because it was heating up because he shot it so good.
The handle, too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the part you want to heat up, obviously. Anyway... Han says some curse words, I guess.
Well, yeah, because Luke takes off. He's going to go on ahead. Han's staying behind to make sure the Ewoks are okay. But then, this thing grabs him by the leg and tosses him around because it's not dead.
And then Han's confused by this. He says, what in that blaster shot should have killed him? Which is interesting because it's a giant metal, like, robot-looking thing. Why would you know anything about how it would be killed?
Because shooting something dead center usually kills it.
Well, and actually, isn't that implied later that that's the case?
So based on the panel here on the bottom left, we see that there's a bit of smoke coming out of the top of its chest. So maybe it's not quite the center as he thought.
Yeah. Anyway, so because now Han says, I'm going to blow your head off.
There.
Which he does.
Now let's see you try something with your head blown off as he blows his head off.
Except for it has a face in its chest. So it doesn't really have a head.
Yeah, this is where it goes full Krang.
Yeah.
Han blows its head off, but then even though it's got a smoking hole where its head used to be, the big TV screen for a tum-tum becomes this horrible, big, snarly MODOK face.
With those big gaps between them and stuff. Yeah. And it's just like...
This thing's hard to look at.
It's very weird. Talk about squiggly.
Oh, so many squiggles.
And Han says, appropriately, this can't be happening. He's seen an indescribable horror. And so he gets on his speeder.
Yeah. Where did this face come from? Because, like, the panel before...
It wasn't there before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it's just kind of there.
Like, now I will show you my face.
It's really unclear if there's, like... Is the thing living inside of this robot body, or is the robot body like transmorphing into what this thing looks like?
I don't know. These don't feel super well thought out.
Anyway, Han tries to get away on a speeder, and this thing...
The speeder gets blown up immediately.
Yeah, well, because he drives it into this thing.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Like, my blaster didn't work, so what if I just flew a speeder into it?
And Han's like, I guess that got him.
Well, there goes my speeder bike, and Luke doesn't know what he's up against. I've got to... Oh, no. Leia.
Luke does also have magic, though, Han, so it'll
he's
probably
fine.
Be all right.
But we know that Luke is going off to warn Akbar and Mon Mothma. Meanwhile, Leia and Lando are at a secondary location.
Mm-hmm.
You never go to a secondary location.
And so, meanwhile, we're pew-pewing in space.
Yeah, but it's going badly for the rebels. They're getting wiped out, according to one of the Mandalorians here.
Yeah, and as Han, or as Lando says, it's almost like they know what we're gonna do before we've done it. Whoever their flight leader is, he's very good. Well, exceptionally good. If they I mean, it takes too long for them to figure out that they know.
But then we cut to their flight leader, who is really good, because it's everyone's favorite new bad guy, the Dark Lady Lumia.
Yeah, who just feels kind of tossed in here in this issue.
Yeah, she's here to be like, meh.
Don't forget about me.
and she's got this like really cool. I really like the like chainmail spacesuit she has.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I will say she's probably over designed, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
Like, and so yeah, and I just like that she's thinking, revenge is sweet.
Attention, all Nagai. They appear to be shifting to their counterattack pattern, 1/109. Regroup yourselves accordingly.
And then I guess all the Nagai pilots have the chainmail helmet.
No, it's just her, and then it just has this like, yes, Lady Lumia in a big spiky.
I see.
Yeah,
I got it. Yeah, that's a communication coming towards her. Meanwhile, let's check in with 3PO and R2. Obviously,
this is the only panel page they get in the whole issue. I was actually surprised at the restraint on using the comedy droids.
We put them on the cover. Yeah. Of course, I can see how badly the battle is going for our squadron, R2. But don't go announcing it for everyone to hear. It would be very bad for morale if we were to announce that we're doomed.
Thanks, 3PO. Love you, bud.
Yeah. And anyway, they just kind of walk past and then they're out of the scene.
Yeah.
They're just like, we're here too. Don't forget us, beloved fan favorites.
Mothma and Akbar are discussing how badly it's going, and Akbar's like, hey, should we like actually get out of here, evacuate? And Mon Mothma saying like, it would be suicide if they're winning up there and then we try to leave.
And then we cut to, where is Leia?
She's at some kind of observation post. It's like a treehouse.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's Endor, don't forget.
Yeah.
Anyway, and she's with the Zeltrons who are like, hey, we're going to win this fight, right? And she's like, I don't know.
Yeah. And they're trying to figure out why this fight's going so badly.
It's almost like not sending our two best pilots was a mistake.
Yeah. Meanwhile, one of the Zeltrons is like, I'm just going to step out for some fresh uh-oh.
Just go get a smoke.
And there goes...
hey!
Raul gets grabbed by a big metal fist that punches through the wall.
Not Raul. Help, hurry. And Leia grabs what appears to be a fire extinguisher?
It's a fire extinguisher.
And bops it. That's the onomatopoeia they use.
I love a good bop.
Bops it on the hand. And he goes, hey. So is this implying that they're... What are these things? Because that looks like a biolog, like a hand that's got like skin and stuff on it.
Uh-huh.
But they're giant robot bodies.
Correct.
So are they physical form inside of robot bodies?
No, because later we'll see them eject those self-same arms. No idea, John.
Okay. Because it has fingers with nails on it. Whatever.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
Okay. It's almost like they didn't put any thought to these guys at all.
They thought, what if Monster have big Tum Tum and Monster inside Tum Tum?
Yeah, that's fine. Once again, very Doctor Who.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, and I like, lucky Your Highness figured out how to hurt the monster. You mean by grabbing a big metal thing and hitting it?
Yeah, no one else could have figured that out, John. That was all tactical data processed in mere moments by Princess Leia.
Well, once again, I have questions about why it would feel pain, but okay.
But then three of these things Kool-Aid man their way into the room.
Oh yeah!
Oh
yeah. Yeah. So anyway, back to Luke warning Mon Mothma and Akbar. He shows up.
They've got all of our tactical plans. I heard the Nagai guy say that.
And classic, are you certain from Akbar? Why are you questioning? God damn it, get off Luke's back, man.
Yeah.
And now they've given him fingers, but kind of a little less human, but still distinct fingies.
Yeah, and the coloring on Akbar's head has changed distinctly because now he's brown.
Oh, they cannot. Are they running out of browns or something? Because they cannot keep what color Akbar is straight.
Yeah, but it's just the lighting. It depends on what room he's in, really.
Yeah. So anyway, Han is still booking it through the forest.
Gotta get to Leia. Yeah. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Sure hope nobody who's my best friend stops me on the way.
Hey, it's Bay. Boy, am I glad to see you. Oh, man. You know there's a traitor amongst us?
Yeah, coloring error here. Bay is very briefly wearing shoes. Well, we all know Bay proceeds around shoeless all the time.
Yeah. He needs to be unencumbered by shoes.
Yeah.
And then he's like, Han. And Han's like, no, don't finish what you're about to say. We got to warn Leia. And he's like, Han, I'm the traitor.
I can't let you stop the Nagai. I'm the one who brought them here.
And I will say, very on brand, Han Solo immediately pulls his blaster.
Good for him.
Yeah. But Bay knocks it out of his hand with just the sheath. Now he doesn't even have a sword. He just has the sheath.
He hasn't drawn the sword. He's just using it. This is classic samurai move of just like, I don't want to hurt the guy I'm fighting, so I leave the sword in the sheath.
I agree, except there's no sword in that sheath if you look at the...
You are right. Huh.
You can see where the sheath ends, and it should be the hilt and handle of the... But it's not there.
Okay. Well,
yeah,
you're right.
That's my point.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is weird. And so Han's like, okay, well, this is shit.
I have to go save my friends. I have to run right over you to do it. And Bay's like, I can't let you do that. I taught you how to fight. You're not going anywhere, man.
Yeah, and so it's on.
It's on. And Han, it's on, and he doesn't really stand a chance against this 8-foot tall anime character.
It's real. I mean, it's real. Other Star franchises like no.
This is
as they're circling each other.
Kirk versus the Gorn for sure.
It's a lot of this. And so yeah, they throw down.
They throw down for a page.
Han.
Bay kicks him in the head.
Yeah,
Han goes down.
He's a full 2 feet taller.
Yeah, what if Jean-Claude Van Damme fought a toddler? That's about how this goes.
Kind of, yeah. And so Han goes down, and Bay says, hey, look, I don't want to hurt you.
And Han's like, but then why are you doing this?
Because, and get ready to gasp, audience, he is Nagai.
Whoa. The crazy white hair was maybe a giveaway.
More than the Alliance, more than anyone but you, certainly more than the Corellians.
Because it turns out, and Bay's going to monologue here for a second, he went traipsing around the galaxy, became this big hero. Also, he could figure out where his mom went. And it turned out that his mom was an advanced Nagai spy who got what she wanted out of the galaxy and took off. But not before having a kid with the Corellian guy.
Yeah, I got a lot of questions about her. I guess we'll meet her at some point.
And so, after she'd learned all she could, she went home and told her people to wait. Wait until the rebellion had done the work for them, and they could come here and pick up the pieces of whichever side survived.
Hey, Han, here's an idea. While this guy's blathering on, why don't you grab your blaster and shoot him?
The blaster that is right next to his hand, right there?
Yeah, right. As this guy goes, blah, 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 and my mother, and I was looking, traveling planet to planet, and it's just like, in that time, I could just bang.
Han famously not good at shooting people while they're blathering on about things.
No, never. No, he's not quick on the draw or anything. Yeah, anyway. And so, yeah, so also we really get a good look at his weird circuitry eye patch.
It's a future eye patch, John.
Yeah, how else would we know that? Anyway, he's still talking as we turn the page.
Oh boy, he just keeps going on. He talks about how the Nagai accepted him like no other peoples had, how he lived among his mother's family for a while. He learned that he had a younger brother that was about Han's age.
Mm-hmm.
Han then goes for his blaster.
After he finishes talking, including kneeling down and picking up his sword, which still has no sword in the sheath.
Well, but then he has something else in his other hand that I assume is the sword, and that top right panel is just a coloring error.
Yeah, but then look at when he's putting it back in his belt, there's once again no sword.
But then in the bottom right panel, they've got a sheath and also a sword in his belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indecenti, come on. You're editing this book. And once again, Han is taking a long time to grab the blaster that is literally right next to him.
But he actually stops himself when Bay says, "Hey, I learned I had a little brother about your age," and Han like stops going for his blaster.
Not going to try for that blaster, Han. See, he knew he was going for it.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget, I taught you that trick because I'm so cool.
I also like the idea. I taught you the trick of grabbing a gun while someone's back is turned. That's my move. Anyway, so he says, I guess they told me to kill you, but I'm not going to do that because we're still best friends. And then here comes Knife with a gun.
Saying, I can kill Han Solo.
And let's take a look at this weird-ass gun that he's got.
Oh, boy. Yeah. I think this is meant to actually be a tool used for checking someone's inner ear, if I'm not mistaken.
Does have that look like the barrel is so high. It's very weird and super. Once again, everything has these gigantic round barrels.
Ooh,
every blast.
Actually, you're right, John. What you actually don't see is on the right side of that gun, because of how it's framed, is the small crank for turning to film things. As this is an old timey movie camera.
It does look. It does look like an old timey camera. Yeah. Mercy to the enemy isn't your way, Bay. I thought you understood that.
But Bay, ultimately not trying to be a bad guy, shoulder checks Knife to stop him from killing Han Solo.
Yep. And then they tussle, but Knife gets a gun right to his head. But then Han shoots Knife.
But then Sean shoots Knife. Bay is like,
Not
Knife,
fatally,
no, brother!
It's pretty rare you see somebody shot in Star Wars non-fatally.
Especially gut shots like that.
Yeah, I know. It's usually I take it like if you hit anywhere other than like someone's arm or something, they're dead.
That's action movie rules, yeah.
Yeah. This is all. Instead, he just goes, "Oh, guts!"
Han, being conciliatory at least, says, "That's pretty sweet considering he just tried to kill you, pal. Now back away from him," and then Bay has the weird proctology
now
instrument.
Even weirder because now it's squiggly and also like squished into the panel.
Yeah, now it also is a plunger as well.
Yeah, and I think that barrel grew bigger.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Back off or I'll unclog this toilet. I swear to God, I'll do it, man. I'm crazy like that. And then Han is like, what, you're going to side with this guy? He just tried to murder you.
He is my mother's other son.
Oh, boy. Everybody's related to somebody in Star Wars, right?
And we're both Palpatines.
That guy got around.
He got around.
Man. Old Sheev.
They don't call him Sheev the Sheath for nothing.
So you come here often. The idea of Palpatine picking up chicks at a bar. Could I buy you a drink?
One of the many problems with The Rise of Skywalker, the biggest one coming out of the theater is the implication that Palpatine got laid.
Yeah. As shout out to the fellas at We Hate Movies who on their episode about it just kept shouting, Palpatine Fox! Oh no, Palpatine Fox!
We would later learn that his quote unquote son was a failed clone. But anyway.
Because it's always a failed clone.
It's always a failed clone with that guy.
That guy, talk about the ultimate narcissist. He spends so much of his time trying to clone himself.
Mm-hmm. So, Bay is like, look, just get out of here. I'm going to try to save my brother. You try to save your friends. We can part ways.
Yeah, I mean, eventually this will have to come to a head inevitably, but at least for now, yeah. You know, there's always been one guy who was a bigger man than I am, and whatever I am today, I got that way trying to measure up to him. I just don't like this idea that, like, I mean, once again, the Solo movie will do a better job with this, with the Woody Harrelson character.
Sure.
Of like, I'm going to model myself on this guy who ends up being a piece of shit.
But Han has nothing we know about Han Solo up until this character of Bay is introduced would indicate that he's trying to model himself after some kind of big space hero.
Well, no, that's the other thing too, right? Is that they make the Woody Harrelson character like kind of a Han Solo type, where you can see like, oh, that's a guy Han would have looked up to and was older and like a father figure in some capacity. Whereas like, I just grew up with this giant guy and I always wanted to be like him. You did?
But then I didn't.
Yeah. No, then I just became a completely different kind of guy.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the page I was talking about. So we get to Admiral Akbar saying, everybody, we're getting off Andor. Now he has big crazy gloves on. Jesus, the Andor design he said Andor. The Akbar design is weird.
It's all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah. And so they're talking. This is where Wedge is saying, Lando, what do we do now? As he's turned over. And so I thought, wait, is Lando in that ship? But no, that wouldn't make any sense.
Right. He's saying, Lando, what do we do now? But we've got to do something. And the something they're going to do is...
Also, not only is he turned, the guy answers him.
You heard the Admiral, Wedge. We wing it. Yeah. And that's not Lando, because Lando's not wearing a helmet every time we've seen him. But this...
No, I know. That's what's so weird. But then why say, Lando, what do we do now? And then that guy... It's very weird.
Yeah. Anyway,
and then it's even weirder when Nien Nunb is going hee,
because they tell them to basically slave all of everyone's flight computers onto the Millennium Falcon so that they can pull off some kind of crazy maneuver, and they do.
Yep. What is General Calrissian doing? Has Lando gone crazy? You heard the orders. Just lock in your computer. Stay with him and pray. Wait. See that. This is badly written because it makes it. If you read that, doesn't it sound like they're following Lando?
And then on the next page, we'll see Lando in the cockpit of a ship. Don't know where. That has changed. Yeah.
Yeah. This is kids. This is a lesson in comic book visual storytelling. There's some mistakes here.
Yeah.
It's very hard to track where everybody is and who's talking to who.
So they start zooming around in unpredictable patterns so that Lando and the Falcon can start blowing people up. Lumia's like, Drat, we've been foiled. Retreat. Cobra will live to fight another day.
Yeah, we are definitely in G.I. Joe territory now, where battles come to stalemates and everybody just goes their separate ways so they fight in the next issue. Did Chewie pass the flight test?
Oh, yeah, Chewie's by the books.
He might. There's one thing Chewie, perfect score. Did it exactly the way we wanted.
Yeah.
If there's one thing we know about Chewie, he is, right on exactly the ideal pilot.
Mm-hmm. Totally reliable, no issues.
Yeah, that makes no sense, but okay, whatever. Because I just thought that now. I'm like, but Chewie was cleared to fly. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, Lumia pulls her best Destro and is like, I'll see you again, G.I. Joe, as her and her Nagai retreat.
Yeah, of course. There they go. Haha. Calrissian. No, it is Lando who's leading everyone.
Yeah, no, but
Calrissian, I've never...
But this is different from earlier in the issue.
Yeah, I know, that's what's really weird about this, though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because we never saw Lando go get in a ship. Nope. Which all you needed was like one panel of him going like, I got to get up there myself.
I'm going to back up a few pages just for our viewers here on YouTube. And like the last time we saw Lando was...
Well, also, whenever they show Lando, he's in a nondescript area.
Yeah. He is in what looks like a comm center of some kind. And what's revealed eventually is that, like, I guess he could have been on a ship the whole time. We just never saw any indication that was true. I guess he's on the Cobra, which is his little, like, shuttle thing that we've seen before.
I think that's right. Okay, so there is one panel here on page 22 where he's saying... It's almost like they're knowing what we're going to do before we've done it. And he is looking up and out, like he's looking through at the ship.
But
so maybe he was on a ship the whole time?
No indication that he's in a cockpit.
No, it's just, yeah, it's not good, you guys. It's just confusing. I was confused.
It's confusing. Yeah. And that page you were talking about...
With the 12-year-olds reading this
that work. Page you were talking about, page 34, where it looks like Wedge is talking to Lando, even though that's not Lando, adds to the
definitely not Lando, because Lando doesn't have a helmet on.
Yeah.
But then here, this is the Cobra on the bottom of 32, right? Or 34.
Yes. And then we get it on the top of page 35. It's that weird little...
So they've locked in their computer to slave Cobra's moves, not the Falcons.
I guess.
But there's just a lot of hymns and stuff like that where you're like, follow him, and you're like, who?
And
who?
Fenchissa even says, Calrissian, I've never seen flying like that in my life.
Yeah.
Are you a pilot or a magician? How did you think of such a crazy stunt?
I didn't. I just used one of Han's tricks. You know, the best pilot we have.
We didn't let come up here.
Yeah. And even they have him drawn like, what was I thinking?
Speaking of what we're thinking...
If there's one thing we know about Lando, too, he would be like, sorry, them's the rules. That sounds like Lando. Jesus.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, we've got Zeltrons just banging away with like blunt instruments on these Macabrees.
What if a boy band fought a bunch of rotund Cybermen?
I love that one of them is just choking one of the Zeltrons. He's just strangling him.
Not Bob.
Die!
Actually, no. I'm pretty sure that's Raul getting choked to death.
Who also, poor Ro, he's also the one who got grabbed earlier.
Yeah.
He's useless, apparently. But also, do these things do anything other than just their raw strength? I guess that's it. They just show up and, like, tear people apart.
I mean, look, before this panel, we were in a room, and now all the walls are gone, and we can see the forest in the background, so...
yeah, I guess that's it, yeah. And anyway, so one of these guys, whoever's in the green vest...
Let's say it's John.
Tries shooting this... Yeah, John. And he shoots this thing in the head, which of course doesn't do anything, as we learned earlier.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's using the fire extinguisher here.
Oh yeah, he is. It's not even right. It's the hose part. Oh wow. Okay, so yeah, of course that doesn't do anything. And then Luke shows up. It almost looks like he's flying.
He force jumps.
Yeah, because he's sort of just like. Whew. Anyway, Luke shows up, and I like that even the guy getting choked is like, Luke. I know I'm being strangled, but hey, that's Luke.
Then everybody gets a strangling because another one gets grabbed by the neck, and Luke takes a second to assess the situation and goes, wait a minute, maybe I don't chop their heads off.
I love that the realization here is, oh no, just gut them.
I really wish
Their one weakness, gutting.
I really wish we'd gotten more of the dual lightsaber here. Like, this bottom panel, we could perfectly have Luke with two lightsabers killing two of them at the same time.
Doing them both.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, that's weird that they didn't, because they made a point about talking about the two lightsabers earlier.
Yeah. Anyway,
really weird.
Luke warps the hell out of this guy.
Mm-hmm. So that's it. Their bodies are vulnerable. Well, wait, that feels like a horrible design.
Because that's where they house their brains and central nervous systems. The other parts
you
are
mean
just
center
for
mass
show.
Where everyone would be center mass where everyone would be trained to aim?
Yeah.
Great. All right. They're actually super easy to take down then. And they are, because Luke just proceeds to kill all of them.
Well, no, because there's still a bunch of them that like roll up right as Luke brings Leia up in.
Well, he kills all the ones that are in the room.
Choking out the boy band.
What was the room, as you pointed out, yeah. Anyway, it's fine, but I always am sad to see Leia just be like, hey, thanks for saving me.
Yeah.
Couldn't let anything happen to my sister, could I? Remember, she's a sister.
Mm-hmm. And that was definitely true the whole time.
Yeah, no matter what we wrote in previous issues. How did you know? How did you guess about how to kill those monsters?
I didn't. But I could feel the Force warning me, so I let it guide me. You know, because I'm a wizard.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this is distinctly now we're in the era of the Force is whatever we need it to be.
I mean, we always were, John. We always were.
I guess that's true. Yeah, I guess that's true. And then, wow, I wish I could be a Jedi Knight too, says one of the Zeltrons.
I'm pretty sure that is Bob.
You don't know. You don't know. You're making it up.
But you don't know, so you can't correct me.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't even try. But I want Luke to be like, that'll be the fucking day. Zeltron Jedi Knight. Anyway, are they lining up to fight or run?
Funnily enough, one of the only other Zeltrons in canon besides these four and Danny is a Jedi in the High Republic era.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I don't know that character.
I don't know how much of the High Republic stuff you've read.
Some.
Okay. He's a...
And also, I probably wasn't looking for Zeltron.
He's a male Zeltron. He makes some comment about how, like, being a Zeltron Jedi is hard because their emotions are always so peaked that being a Jedi, you have to, like, regulate it a lot more.
I will say, in the defense of that character, probably, they don't all have to be written like this. I mean, anyway, yeah. And like I said, I'm sure whenever, even if I have read that character, Zeltrons weren't on the brain for me before.
But they're like, oh, there's more of these big Macabrese guys. Well, are they lining up to kill us? No, they're ejecting their legs and arms to shoot off into space.
Once again, until next time, Luke Skywalker.
It's so weird seeing them detach their arms and legs like fucking action figures and then just take off.
I mean, you want to talk once again about very Doctor Who, the idea about just like eject.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh boy. Okay, so they're saved, or at least they'll live another day. And then I do just like Han Solo comes crawling in, ran through the forest, climbed up the stairs, the ladders to the Jesus. The elevator was out. Had to die.
Leia, of course, rushes to him, and
obviously,
Han, having missed all the action, they console each other while Luke debriefs with the Zeltrons.
Yeah. What are they? Yeah, it was crazy, man. Said Zeltron.
Luke saying, the rest of the Alliance has left the moon by now, and the 6 of us better follow before the Nagai can regroup themselves. You want to come to the rendezvous point with us, or are we just dropping you off? What's the deal here, guys?
Back on Zeltros.
The Zeltrons...
Somebody did point out, shout out to whoever mentioned, what's the population situation on Zeltros? Because somebody brought up, for as horny as they are, it feels like there'd be a lot of reproduction.
I mean, where do you think... Why do you think there's Zeltrons all over the galaxy? They just can't all be on Zeltros.
There you go, yeah. We want to come with Their Highness and the General. Remember, we're their biggest fans. And we think you're cool. That's a weird line to hear in Star Wars.
Yeah.
You're cool, man. You know who's cool? Luke Skywalker.
But... will we be able to go anywhere? None of us know how to fly a ship yet. And you and General Solos aren't pilots anymore. No, stop. What?
The computer said. Putting a lot of faith in this computer, folks.
Aren't pilots anymore. Get the fuck out of here.
But also, I like that Luke's like, no, that's all. I don't know. By the way, I don't know what this face on Luke is.
It's hero face, Luke.
The big old chin. And
Giga
stuff
Chad,
like that. Anyway.
Luke.
And this, of course, is meant to be the like, yeah, fist pump at the end, because sure we are. Are you talking about that little mistake the computers made? It doesn't matter. That was part of a peacetime order. As of right now, the Alliance of Free Planets is at war again. It goes, yeah. Yeah. Here we go again.
We're going to have another Star War.
Yep. For how many issues left?
6. No.
Oh, yeah.
Not many.
Yeah, I know it's not many.
Let's see. We just did issue 100. We have 7 issues left. 8 if you're counting the one they wrote 20 years later.
Yeah. So perfect. Let's start another war now.
Yeah, I'm sure we could wrap this up in 6 issues. One of which, the next one we're reading, is in fact a issue that doesn't matter at all because Han Solo is going to have his own adventure, and it takes place prior to the last 3 issues.
Great stuff, guys. Let's start a big old war and then go back in time. Dear God.
we're gonna reintroduce Bay and Fen Shissa next issue, but then Han Solo's also gonna fall into the middle of the plot of Romeo and Juliet.
Oh God, they love to just put What thing can we put on? Make Han Solo the star of Magnificent Seven. Put Han Solo and Romeo and Juliet. This will work. This is
not bad instincts per se, but yeah, for issues of Star Wars, it definitely makes for a. Oh, so we're doing one of these again.
Weird. Yeah, here we go again.
But yeah, that was issue number 100. What a big double-sized issue.
I mean, a lot does happen. I'll give him that. But
Bay was a traitor? Who could have seen this coming?
I know. I feel so heartbroken. That I love that this character hasn't been well established, so we have to do a ton of backstory for him here so that we can kind of try to sell that it's a big deal that he betrayed them.
Yeah. This is Shira Bree all over again.
It's very reminiscent of that.
So
yeah.
I can't wait to find out what Dark Lord this guy turns into.
I too have chosen the dark side, and remember it. Yeah.
Turns out this is Darth Plagueis. Whoa.
The whole time I was Darth Plagueis, and I disguised myself as Han Solo's friend and Korea. Like, oh boy, this guy's really playing the long game. Anyway, if you want to hear more from us, and who wouldn't? We're so delightful. Head over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/punchupent. PunchUpENT. Get all kinds of cool exclusive bonus content, as well as helping out all the shows on the Punch Up Entertainment Network. Their patrons are greatly appreciated.
Love you, patrons. Love you guys.
We sure do. We sure do.
But if you don't feel like patronizing us, and look, we are due some patronization, that's for sure. But you can also do that over on our YouTube page. That's youtube.com/@punchupentertainment. While you're there, you can like, comment, subscribe. Let us know in the comments below of random comic book characters that are set up so hard only to be basically meaningless in the long term. Who are the tops for you? Because for me, I don't think anything's ever going to top that one psychic kid from Civil War II that could see the future and was the whole plot device of that event.
What was his name?
Oh, I don't remember. It doesn't matter.
Because talk about Poochie. Isn't the end of that basically My Planet Needs Me?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, I mean,
he goes off into like the celestial stars to become one with the universe, and has never seen her.
Should you ever need me again, we won't. Oh God, that's so.
Ulysses, was that character's name? No,
it's something like that. Yeah, no.
Anyway, there's a long, proud history in comic books of random characters that are meant to be a huge deal and then are never brought up again. And Bay is just the most recent that we have personally encountered. So who's your favorite?
No, it is Ulysses.
It is Ulysses. Wow, I can't believe I remembered that.
Ulysses Kane.
His last name was Kane? Ugh.
Yeah, it was.
God damn.
Oh man, that was.
Are you on some kind of Marvel Wikipedia right now looking at that?
Yeah.
Okay, what is the last appearance of that character? There's usually a tab somewhere near the top that says most recent appearance by this character. And if it's not Civil War II number 8 or whatever, I'll be shocked.
I believe that.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
I think he's mentioned, in some places.
So we could salvage the character assassination of Carol Danvers from that event series.
Yeah, they really fucking wrecked.
Yeah.
It's
terrible. Anyway. You can hear more about that over on our Patreon page because we did a whole series on Civil War II.
That'll be in our archives. Yeah. That'll be our Civil War report.
And
we also did. Did we do Inhumans versus X-Men as well?
Oh, man, we did. That series is also a bummer.
Yeah, we picked some bad choices to follow.
Hey, but we did,
and then we were doing Doomsday Clock, and then they started taking too long between issues, so we stopped.
But we did do Dark Knight's Metal, and that series ruled.
That does rule. That is rad as hell. Yeah. And actually, Death Metal's pretty rad too.
But yeah, while you're over on YouTube page, really helps us out. Best way to watch this show because you're seeing our pretty faces and reading the comic along with us. But
absolutely,
I think that is going to do it for us this week on May the Panel Be With You. As always, I have been Mike Argoni.
I'm John Campbell.
And remember, may the panel be with you.